everyone. Friends, I came across a news item wherein one trainee pilot who belonged to scheduled caste community has been subjected to grave humiliation by the senior executives of Indigo Airlines. As you know, Indigo Airlines is one of the largest domestic airlines in the country, and the incident of alleged harassment of the trainee pilot on the grounds of caste is absolutely unconstitutional, odious, and archaic. The statement, as it is learned from the newspapers of the senior executives, that you forget about the flying the aircraft, but you can't even good to be a watchman of this office, and also go back to your village and then start stitching the chapels, is the alleged statement given by the seniors to the scheduled caste pilot. This is absolutely unconstitutional, inhuman. I want to ask the Indigo Airlines and the Ministry of Civil Aviation, whose minister is Mr. Kinjarapu Rammohan Naidu, and the Narendra Modi ji as well. Do you want the Dalits to be only janitors and hamalis all through their lives? Or do you want the Dalits and other marginalized communities, whom we call Bahujans, to be only the glorious consumers and glorious passengers, but not the pilots of the planes, and then but not the CEOs of the companies? What is your policy? Why is that you have not suspended the license of Indigo Airlines so far? Do you know how much effort it takes for a person who belongs to the Dalit community or oppressed community or marginalized community or OBC community for that matter to go to a aviation school or a flying school, clear commercial pilot license training program, and then gather money, then go to typewriting program and attend your so-called interviews, then join your fleet as a pilot or trainee pilot for that matter? You know how much effort and then how much money they have to gather, the blood and sweat of the parents and the community and the well-wishers, all of them, they pool together the money and then send their wards to the pilot training program. And I want to know from the Ministry of Civil Aviation, Director General of Civil Aviation, and then the Honorable Minister for Aviation as well, and Modi ji as well. In the history of this country, many aviation accidents took place. I want to know how many aviation accidents involved the pilots belonging to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe communities. Please tell this to the nation. Please come up with the facts. I would say 99.99% of the pilots who were involved in the aviation disasters belong to non-Dalit communities or so-called oppressor communities or upper caste. So this is your record, and these people have been patiently doing all this work for these years, and then they worked so hard. Their parents may have worked as janitors, their parents may have worked as sanitation workers in the villages, and these parents may have worked as security guards, and then they ran from pillar to post, and then they starved themselves and then to make their children to go to the places where you have been reserving your seats for ages. Now, why are you so worried about we breaking the barriers and becoming the pilots? Modi ji, you have to answer this nation. Amit Shah, Narendra Modi, Kinjarapu Rammohan Naidu, and all other senior ministers, your talk of inclusion or your talk of diversity, all this will become a drama if you don't answer these questions. Now, my request to all the Bahujans of this nation. Please note this fact. It is not the only Indigo Airlines which has been practicing this kind of odious discrimination. Many private companies in this country, you name it, many private companies in this country have been discriminating against the marginalized sections when it comes to the C-suite positions, whether it is Chief Executive Officer or Chief Technology Officer, whether it is Chief, the Diversity Officer, or even NGO sector. These people have been always on the outside of these C-suite offices, but never they were allowed into these things, and then they were kept away in the name of merit. What merit you are talking about? I'm talking about these all aviation disasters which happened in this country since independence. How many of them had, the pilots belong to Dalit communities? Zero. Still you are talking about merit. All the scandals in this country running into lakhs of crores of rupees involved only the non-Dalits, not these marginalized sections. All 99.99% of the scandals. Still you are talking about merit. All the hospitals, all corporate hospitals are in the hands of the so-called rich and moneyed and then high society, which is obviously a non-Dalit society. Still you are talking about merit. And all these marginalized sections, they have been, banished to work in the rural and interior areas, and then who have made to toil for the 99% of the nation. Still you talk about merit, and then still you want these guys, these people, when they come to your exclusive domain, then you ask them to go back to their villages and then clean and stitch chappals and then clean the nalas. Is this what you want to teach? Then my request to all Bahujans of this country, friends, let us boycott the products which do not have the policy of inclusion in their recruitment policy of inclusion in their NGO spending policy, and let us not buy the products which indulge in these kind of discriminatory practices, which don't tell openly that they don't involve or they have not